Good evening, Fernwood. My name is Neil, and I invite you to spend a little time with me while we watch together Mary Hartman, Mary Hartman. Today's episode is May 19th, 1976. We're kind of in the midst of some stuff, so let's do a recap of the last couple of days. Mary has been dealing with the heart attack of Dennis Foley, who has been coming on to her basically since the beginning of the show. Yesterday at the hospital, she revealed that she had some feelings and she apologized for hiding those feelings from Dennis for so long. Dennis, of course, is awake during this, though Mary didn't know that, and they have a little moment together. Then Tom and Kathy, while they are in Dennis's apartment after they have found Mary's clothes, run into a neighbor who asks about Dennis and whether he's gone to the hospital so they know where he is. She also suggests that he's kind of a hoe. She basically says that he's flirting with every woman around and there's lots of women coming to the apartment and she's happy to be one of them. So, well, we'll see if anything happens there. Martha comes to the hospital to pick up Mary, and then after they leave, Kathy and Tom show up and figure out that Mary has left and that they expect Martha is the one that picked her up at the Shumway home to figure out how to deal with Mary's nakedness problem. Mary sneaks in and puts on one of Kathy's dresses. When Tom and Kathy show up, they're not too happy about it. They see right through Mary's ruse and show Mary the clues that they found that said that she was at Dennis's place and thus naked, the purse and the dress and the outfit that Mary was wearing. So we've got, the last couple of days have really been focused on the outcome of last Friday. I don't know if we'll see any other characters, but the Haggers, they've been doing kind of church versus secular career kind of stuff with Loretta and Charlie. And the McCulloughs, we really haven't seen them in a couple days, but they kind of have their moms a fortune teller and the boys don't get along energy going on. I don't want to break that down because I did that so much on Monday. Let's just do this. Let's start May 19th, 1976's episode of Mary Hartman, Mary Hartman.
Mary Hartman! Mary Hartman! Mary still don't answer. I wonder where she is.
What are you so anxious to talk to her about?
Well, just kind of check in and everything. Also, thought I'd tell her, that I may be going to be making another record and everything.
Now, you see, Loretta, that is the thing.
What's the thing, Charlie?
There ain't no maybe about you making another record. Clive's brother says it's definite.
Well, now that's the thing, Charlie.
What is the thing?
Well, hon, I don't know if I'm going to have the time, because I've got an awful lot of work to do at the World Missionary Center. It's real important work, Charlie. It's got to be first, because it's the Lord's work, just like this is.
What is that thing, anyway?
Well, it's a styrofoam stacked sequinet bicentennial Christmas tree. I've got to make 3,000 of them for the Worldwide Missionary Center Church Bazaar.
Well, honey, I'm sure that the Lord is an equal opportunity employer and that he's concerned about working conditions for his employees. And working conditions includes vacation time.
Well, I know. It just got started. I don't even think I've, built up any vacation time yet.
The Lord is not going to fire you if you take a little time off. You could call it sick leave.
Sick leave?
Yeah, honey, our bank account is sick. What it's got is malnutrition. Now, you have a chance to get back into the recording business, and I think it would be a sin to pass it up.
A sin?
Yes, a sin. Now, the good book says that the Lord helps those who help themselves. Now, you have a chance to help yourself get your recording career back on the track to superstar.
But now, Charlie, you ain't against me working for the Lord, are you?
Oh, no, honey, no. You could look the wide world over and not find a better boss. It's just that what frazzles me is that, I just ain't exactly convinced that working for the Reverend Jimmy Joe Jeter is the true equivalent of working for the Lord.
Now, Charlie, the Lord speaks through the lips of little Reverend Jimmy Joe.
How come, if the Lord is so much in favor of the Reverend Jimmy Joe Jeter, how come more people don't know about him? How come the Lord hasn't given him a lot of publicity like he has Reverend Ike?
Well, honey, the little Reverend Jimmy Joe's only been preaching for 2 years, but he is what they call in the church a real comer. And I happen to know that last year his faithful followers gave in their love offerings almost $500,000, Charlie.
Where did the money go?
Well, honey, to make this world rather a better place in which to live. You know, to prepare for the kingdom coming.
How?
Well, haven't you ever heard of condos for Christ?
Condos for Christ?
Yeah, see, Reverend Jimmy Joe is building up a whole slew of condominiums designed for Christian living. Oh, honey, he has preached some powerful, fierce sermons against them condominiums where them swinging singles live in. Because you know it's the devil's work.
He's going into the real estate business? How in the world is he going to get a real estate license when he's only 8 years old?
Oh, well, see, his dad's in charge of the worldly affairs of the church. Well, he'll be over here after a while. You can ask him about it.
Is he coming over again? Now, what is he coming for?
To talk to me about the 101 Fountain of Light Holy Voice Choir. You know, I'm going to be singing in it. And, Charlie, there's a real good chance that I might get to be the soloist. Can you imagine? Can you just see me there, your lawful wedded wife, just standing right proudly in front of all them 100 voices in them satin gowns, just singing their holy hearts out, only my voice is coming up louder over them 100 other voices, all put together, because mine's divinely inspired and also got a microphone. Whew, just gives me the goosebumps, don't it, you?
Yeah, sure, honey, it does. But I just don't know why you're giving up the idea of doing a solo on Grand Ole Opry.
Oh, honey, I'm not giving it up at all. I'm just kind of postponing it a wee little bit till I get a sign.
How are you going to know when you get a sign?
Oh, Charlie, honey, when you get a sign, you know it. I mean, there's just no mistaking. It's like, I don't know, like an itch, you know, you can't reach, like you pricked up a whole thing of poison ivy or you got indigestion or something. I mean, it's just there. You know, you just know it. I mean, Merle, he knew it when he got his sign.
Merle?
Yeah, you know, little Reverend Jimmy Joe's daddy. Well, he got a sign from the Lord that said, you should put your son to preaching.
There's something about that Merle I do not like.
What, Charlie?
Maybe it's the way he looks at you.
Oh, Charlie, honey. And anyway, he can't possibly think anything like that because he's working with the Lord. I mean, that's just tacky.
Oh, no, huh? Well, where did the little Reverend Jimmy Joe come?
Well, Charlie, that's when he was married. You know, and anyway, then he didn't have the saving grace of having listened to little Reverend Jimmy Joe's preaching.
Well, honey, I can see that you and I just have two different minds about this worldwide mission thing, and I love you too much to spat with you about it. So you do what your heart tells you to do. Only don't forget that you have a recording career to get back on the track. And I just hope you don't wait till they build all those condos for Christ.
Nothing happened.
Come on, Mary, don't give me that. Kathy and I went over to Fernwood apartment, found your dress and your underwear. You tell me nothing happened.
Yes. Nothing happened.
Then what the hell did you take your clothes off for?
Well, what's the difference? The important thing is that nothing happened. He had a heart attack.
Oh. So you would have jumped in the hay with him if he hadn't had a heart attack, is that it?
Hey. I went over there to tell him that I was never going to see him again.
So you couldn't do that with your clothes on, huh?
Well, it just would have made things like a little more complicated. Tom, I'm trying to tell you what happened, but I mean, if you're not going to listen to
Okay, I'm listening, okay? There you were in Foley's apartment with no clothes on, telling him you would never see him again, huh?
Do you want to learn the truth?
You want to tell the truth?
Now, I would never even have gone over there if it hadn't been for you.
What, it's my fault? I told you to go over there and take your clothes off?
Well, no, you were suspended from work, and I tried to comfort you, and I tried to love you.
Well, you picked a hell of a way to do it, Mary. A hell of a way to do it.
Okay, Tom, maybe I did make like a little mistake in there, okay? But you wouldn't let me love you.
Yeah, but Foley would, huh?
Well, he was very sweet, and he was very gentle, and he was very persuasive.
So, that's how you comforted me? By going to bed with him, huh?
Tom, I didn't go to bed with him.
Well, how the hell do I know that? How do I know that?
Because I'm telling you! I swear I didn't. I didn't go to bed with him. I didn't. I swear on everything that I hold sacred. I swear on my mother's name, on my child, on my marriage, Tom, by my wisdom teeth.
All right, okay. Now, say you didn't go to bed with him, right? But you wanted to, Mary. You wanted to. Now, that's supposed to be okay with me? Now, what the hell kind of a man do you think I am?
You're a man who had an affair with Merle.
Come on, now, that's got nothing to do with it.
What do you mean that has nothing to do with it?
I told you it's got nothing. God, for God's sakes, Mary, tonight is tonight. Don't you understand that? That business with May was a long time ago.
That was a long time ago? A long time ago? Suppose I told you that in my mind it was yesterday, and in my heart it was this morning. It wasn't a long time ago.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I really don't, but I know this much. I know that this thing with you and Foley, now that's different. That's a whole lot different, Mary. A lot different.
Why is that different? Why is it different? How can that be different? Why? Because you're a man, it's all right?
No, I didn't say it was all right. I just said it was a lot different, that's all.
But why? How? I mean, it's a human married being unfaithful. What makes that different? What?
I don't know, because it is, that's why. I mean, I don't know why. Ask anybody. Go anywhere in this country. Go from Maine to California. Ask anybody. Ask them this. Ask them if a man fooling around isn't a lot different than a woman fooling around.
But Tom, why should that be? Why? Why?
I don't
why
know.
Is it different?
I don't know. I don't make up the rules. I don't make up these rules. I don't tell people how to go around and how to feel about things. I don't tell them.
Okay, Tom, just never mind about people, okay? Just never mind about people. I want to know about you. Is that how you feel?
Yeah. Damn it to hell, yeah. Yeah, I really feel that way. What do you think, I'm not people, huh? Think I'm not an American? You're damn right I feel that way. I'm getting the hell out of here, too.
What? What are you doing, Tom? Don't do that. Tom. Tom, I told you nothing happened. Nothing happened, Tom, and you know in your heart you know that nothing happened. You know that. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Because you're a man, you have to walk out? What are you looking for? Your acrylic pajamas? They're in the laundry. I'm sorry I didn't have time to do the laundry today. If you want to, I mean, I could do them first thing in the morning. I could send them to you. John, the latch on that suitcase is broken, so you just have to be very careful, okay? If you want, after you've unpacked, I could get that fixed for you. If you want. Oh, Donna, I have to go shopping in the morning. I need the car.
When the Lord in his wisdom gathered my dear wife into the kingdom of heaven, why, I didn't think I could carry on.
Oh, he works in ways mysterious.
Now, that's very wise of you, Mrs. Haggers.
Oh, well, I didn't make it up. I wish I would have, but it's in the Bible.
Well, all the wisdom's in that good book. But the Lord spoke to me through the lips of my wife before he took her from me.
The Lord sure chooses the lips of a lot of members of your family to speak through. I mean, first there's your wife, and then your son, Reverend Jimmy Joe.
Yes, he has chosen us as instruments. My wife, for instance, when she knew her time had come, why, her last words to me were a message, an order from the Lord. Merle, she said, and this was her last breath. Merle, the Lord wants you to make sure that our little Jimmy Joe follows his call.
His call.
Well, he'd been called to go out and preach the word.
How old was he at the time?
He was a mere toddler, but the call had already come through, you see. Jimmy Joe picked up a Bible for the first time when he was only 2.5 years old.
Well, I'll swan.
And by the time he was 3, why, he was preaching the true word to his little friends in pre-kindergarten school.
I'll tell you, hun, that is just beautiful.
Yeah, but isn't it also illegal? I mean, aren't you supposed to do no praying in school?
Well, that's a devil-inspired law. I mean, it's only your communists that don't want our little children taught the Christian ways.
Yeah, well, it is the law. You got to obey the law, like it or don't.
Mr. Haggers, one of the things that makes the U.S. of A. the great Christian country that it is that evil laws like that can be changed. Now, Jimmy Joe gave a sermon on that very thing just a week ago. And it's inspired sermons like that one that help to build his following.
I know building a following ain't easy. I mean, before Loretta's career came to such an unexpected end, we were building a following.
Right? And I was a member of your wife's following, Mr. Haggers. Yeah, I heard your record. I know you've got a God-given gift.
Really? I mean, you really was one of my fault. Oh, I can't. Well, I got another guy. You know about my songwriting talent. That's
Of
a
course,
good.
of
I have
course.
that.
Exactly. And I can't tell you how happy we are that you've decided to join Jimmy Joe's 100-voice heavenly choir.
Well, I'd be the last person in the world to speak against working for the church and all. It's just that, well, I've got this record. We got this record that I've been telling you about that's going to get Loretta back on the road to superstardom.
Well, that'll just have to wait right now, Charlie, because I got the Lord's work to do.
Now, your wife's absolutely right about that, Mr. Haggers.
Yeah, but can't you do the Lord's work and superstardom work also at the same time? I mean, it seems to me I recall reading that our Lord's son was putting in time as a carpenter when he was doing religious work. And I don't understand why you say that she's got to do just one thing or the other.
I don't say it. Jimmy Joe says it.
He does.
I told you I'd ask him for the answer to this problem we have here now, and I put the question to him. He put it to the Lord, and the Lord told him that it was his will that you work full-time with the Worldwide Missionary Center.
Isn't that amazing, hon? We have got us a direct line with the Lord. I mean, it's kind of like that free information service at the telephone company, Only instead of getting numbers, we's getting guidance. Of course, I know that the good book and everything has all the answers in it, but the thing that's so incredible is that here, we can just call up, just like the telephone book has all the phone numbers, But here, we don't have to bother looking up, nothing up. It just comes, the guidance.
There you go, right there.
Yeah. Well, see, Charlie kind of had me leaning toward cutting this record, Now I know that I shouldn't, but if I did, what I was going to do was give all the royalties and everything to the Worldwide Missionary Center. Mm-hmm. But I guess it just goes to show that some things is more important than money.
Yes, indeed. On the other hand, though, let's look at it this way now. Jimmy Joe is sore pressed for love offerings to build his condos for Christ. Now, it could be that he didn't get the message about your new record quite straight.
Really? You mean like maybe some technical difficulties in the audio portion of the transmission, kind of like on TV and stuff?
Exactly. That's what I mean. So I think I better ask the boy to just put the question through again.
Well, you mean that I just might be back on that road to superstardom sooner than we expected, Charlie?
You know, what good is it going to do to be a superstar if you give all the money away, honey? I mean, why couldn't we just tithe, you know?
Well, you mean 10%?
Well, sure.
Oh, no, Charlie, that wouldn't be very nice, honey, because, I mean, if the Lord's going to go to all that trouble and work and everything to make my record #1, well, it'd be kind of puny just to give him only 10%. I mean, Charlie, this is the Lord that we're dealing with here, not the William Morris Agency.
You guys get a lot of hard times talk here in the bartending business, don't you? Huh?
Yeah.
Ed, what are you doing here?
Hey, what's with the suitcase, huh? Bourbon and 7, please. You going someplace?
Yeah,
Where you going?
I don't know.
So what's happened?
I don't know. Did you ever get the feeling you don't know what the hell's going on? Did you ever do that? You don't know what the hell to do about it?
Sure, I guess everybody does once in a while.
Yeah, I mean, you ever think you knew somebody, somebody you really loved? And all of a sudden the whole thing just goes pow, just blows up right in your face, and you don't know what the hell to do. You have no place to go, and boom.
You got a bust up at home, huh?
How'd you know that?
Welcome to the club.
What do you mean?
Oh, man, we just had a real session over to our house.
What do you mean? Wait a minute, I thought that only happened with married couples. You mean you and who?
Happens to anybody. That was the people. I mean, Howard and me are close, right?
Well, yeah, sure, you're brothers.
Well, we just had some kind of a battle. I mean, that's why I'm here. I had to get the hell out. And I don't drink by myself normally.
Well, me neither. I don't drink either. Hardly at all. But... Well, tell me what happened between you and Howard.
Well, I really thought I knew that guy. And then we got our wires crossed. I don't know where the hell he's coming from.
Hey, Ed, let me tell you something. That sounds just exactly like me and Mary. Exactly.
Another guy you were telling me.
Yeah,
about, huh?
hell yeah. Yeah,
So you're moving out, huh?
you bet.
Gee, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, me too. You don't expect something like that. I mean, you just don't expect. All of a sudden, boom, it happens, right? And you don't know what the hell happened. It just comes on you, you don't know what the hell happened. All of a sudden, all the things you ever thought you wanted and had in your life, all of it, it's gone. Just gone.
That's really rough. There's no way you can straighten it out, huh?
No, I don't think so. I mean, as God knows, I'd like to straighten it out, but I don't think so. You want to know something? I've been married for 14 years, right? 14 years. And I don't know my wife. I don't hardly know her. After 14 years, I don't even know the damn woman. And on top of that, I don't even know myself. I don't know what the hell I want to do with my damn life. Even now, I don't know. So how the hell am I going to know her? I don't know. No wonder I don't know. I don't understand her. I don't understand me. I don't understand a damn thing.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I thought I understood Howard, but I don't.
Well, at least, you're not going to move out, right?
Well, no.
Well, I mean, you can patch things up. I mean, he's your brother. I mean, it's different than being married.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I guess it is. So, where are you gonna go? Where are you gonna sleep?
Me? I don't know. Maybe in my car. Maybe.
Hey, wait a minute, why don't you bunk in with us?
No.
So why not?
No, I don't want to. It's out of the question.
What do you mean it's out of the question? Why not?
Look, I know about those tract houses. I know we only got 3 bedrooms, right?
Yeah.
What the hell? I can't sleep. You got your mother and your brother and you. Where the hell am I going to sleep?
My mother sleeps in one room. Howard and I share the other room. The other room is like a den with a couch. Now, come on over.
Yeah? Listen, I appreciate the offer, but...
Look, come on. What do you got to lose? Give it a try. It's better than a car.
Yeah. Well, maybe Hey, okay. Yeah, all right, thanks.
Good. Good deal.
Thanks, everyone. Let me buy you another drink. Let's have 2 more.
2 more.
Loretta and Charlie, good to see them back again. Of course, they are right on it with the Condos for Christ. Merle Jeter and Jimmy Joe Jeter. He started preaching when he was 6 years old. Apparently has made some kind of impact, at least on some folks. Loretta, for instance. Then we come to another conflict with, I mean, the ongoing conflict, another scene of conflict with Tom and Mary. And I do not agree that on its um, that by gender there are different rules about whether it's meaningful or not, or if it means something different. I do not believe that that's the case. I believe, looking at the instances that we've seen in the show, that Tom was not invested in May's relationship. The relationship with May was not really something that he was invested in the way that Mary seems to have feelings for Dennis, and that is a distinct difference. I don't think that it is men when they cheat are different than women when they cheat. That's not the case. But the emotions that they have are very, very different. And that is something that I feel, having watched their relationship and the problems in their relationship from the outside. I wish from the inside that they knew how to say it, but we know that they don't usually know how to say any of the things that they have problems with. But that leads to the ugly packing and moving out bit. Then we come back to Loretta and Charlie talking to Merle. And we're not, I don't know if we're going to ever see Jimmy Joe, but that dude is sketchy. And I mean, I am definitely not a person who believes that this is a Christian nation. There are a lot of folks who would like for it to be, but this, mm, I'm fairly secular myself, so I am going to say that no, this is not a Christian nation. It's a nation where there happen to be a lot of Christians, but there are a lot of other people too, and everyone has a valid place to stay. Anyway, that's a bit of a tangent. But basically, to me, it looks like Merle really just wants to take advantage of Loretta, either monetarily or potentially sexually or both. Charlie seems suspicious in general, so I don't see that any of that is off the table. And then we come to, I think that's the Capri Lounge bar. We come to see Tom and Ed again. And of course, they are relating, they have connected. Uh, I think in some ways there appear to be parallels drawn between Tom and Mary and Howard and Ed. And I mean, everyone in the show keeps saying that they are brothers, so I'm maybe a little bit confused about their relationship, but it feels like Howard and Ed have a very different relationship than is being said out loud. Someone, uh, I don't know. I don't have an answer for this, but that's something that occurred to me. And now Tom will be staying somewhere, at least for a little while, with the McCulloughs. I don't know what that means. I guess we'll learn more about that when we see them. So, thank you so much for coming along, and we will see you tomorrow night in Fernwood.